Hi, Carlos here with my curriculum integration unit plan in relation to digital technology. So I've elected to use the Weebly do-it-yourself website as my digital tool, and what I've done is I've put it into a whole unit. Now the aim of the unit, it's designed around curriculum integration, so we're going to look at all facets of economics, design, phys ed, art, math, English for writing, and what they're going to do is, you'll see up here, technology and economy and enterprise is the name of the unit. So they're going to use the website. Firstly, they're going to design a product. Now, the way I've envisioned this is they will get into groups of like-minded individuals within their class, or it could be a school-wide project. And so the drama department might come up with a production that they want, that could be their product. The phys ed team the phys ed class could come up with an event they want to run to raise money for charity or to make a profit to go to the school. Or it could be tickets to a rugby game or a sports event. They could just, run a tournament or something. The art department or engineering or the technologies departments could create actual products, so whether it be toolboxes or coffee tables or wooden boxes or jewellery, something that they can actually on-sell. So once they've come up with their product or their service, they then have to create a website to promote their product. Now, part of creating the website is the design, working out the design, the layout, the aesthetics of it. Are they going to use images? Are they going to use digital video? What tools are they going to use to best promote their product? So, for example, the jewellery people, they want to have photos of all their jewellery, so that people can see what they're doing, see what they're buying. The production people might be a background story about what the production is about. The phys ed people might want to focus on the people, the organisation that they're raising money for. And then once they've kind of come up with this and outlined this, and this could be collaborative, could be done using Weebly, it could also be done just on paper in the class, and then they're going to start a blog. And part of the blog is to outline the process from concept to creation. What did we think about? What ideas did we come up with? What were the pros, the cons? Why did we go with this? Why didn't we go with that? Who contributed to what, and what resources did we have? Who did we need to get involved? Was it going to cost us money for a startup? What was the school able to contribute? Those types of things, and just outline the process. And the blog itself is, one, a reflection tool, but also a tool to show outsiders what they're doing, and how they are being reflective in their learning. And once they've come up with their product, then they'll spend time throughout the term building that product or service, fine-tuning it, and the website, they'll be updating it regularly, adding pages or adding information, adding blog posts, videos, images of them working together. And then they'll create within the website an e-commerce section, and in that e-commerce section they will be able to manage stock levels. So for example, they might only have a certain number of tickets for the show on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday night, so they need to be aware of how many seats they're selling. Are they going to serve food? What type of food? Is that going to cost money? Are they going to have to do a cost analysis on providing food? Are they going to get catering in, or are they going to cook their own food? So all these types of things that they're going to have to think about. For the fundraising event, for the charity, they're going to do they need council permission? How are they going to promote it on the website? Are they going to do advertising? Are they going to advertise off the internet or purely on the internet? So that's kind of the overarching kaupapa, if you like, is about, technology, economy and enterprise, especially in youth. So they want to, learning intentions here, they want to develop an understanding of how technology can influence economy, an understanding of how e-commerce works, and to think critically about the process involved in running a business or event. Wear that in there. They're going to decide on a team name or a business name, and they need to be appointed roles within their team, okay, and sign a team contract, because there are going to be strengths. People are going to have strengths. Some people are going to be good writers. Some people are going to be good at art, and even within each kind of department. And then we just look down at our key competencies. They're all going to be woven throughout the lesson and the unit. So in terms of, we're not explicitly teaching that, but because it's a more humanistic social cultural approach, thinking is a major part of it. Using the internet as the symbols and text, they all need to contribute and participate and manage self in terms of their relationships with each other. So lesson 1 is just introducing the topic, the idea, get the juices flowing, get some brainstorming going on, watch the video on Weebly about how to go about it, and get them excited about it, because ultimately at the end of the day, if they're going to make a profit, we can reward them for that. So there's a slight behaviourist approach to that as well. But, if they work hard and they make the money, why shouldn't they have the money, And entrepreneurship needs to be rewarded for the youth of today, because at the current economic situation, there are no job vacancies opening up left, right and centre. These people are going to need to create their own jobs, and technology is going to be the vehicle for them to do that. So the sooner we can get them into that, I think the sooner they're going to feel comfortable doing it. Week 2, we look at navigating Weebly, creating a blog, because that's just, day 1 is when it starts. They're already thinking, the process is happening. They're going to create the website shell. Oopsie daisy, put that one over there. Create the website shell, and then facilitate, as a teacher, I'll be facilitating the website content discussions. So, what do they need to think about having on their website? Background, contact details, what's the purpose of this event or production or product that they have for sale? Do they want to make it a fun looking website, or is it a professional business looking website? Different business models call for different approaches. Okay, so then we can talk about that, and by incorporating this into a school-wide kaupapa, every class or every subject area can spend a small amount of time on it. English, they could be writing their blog, or they could be beginning to learn how to write persuasively so that they can sell through their website. When they go to phys ed, they can all work on the event. If they do dance and drama, then they can be working on their production. And as with the other electives, they can work on their area together. So that's the unit plan, and over a 12-week term or 10-week term, I think we could probably stretch it out a bit longer. It depends on how successful it is, and it could be something that could just be regenerated, every year. That's what that class does. They come up with a school event, and they aim to, actually raise money for the school as part of their curriculum, linking it into their curriculum and their learning. So. Thanks very much.